Hey, it's the Wii. So, I'm good old Freezing Inferno here, and we're let's playing Axelay on the Virtual Console. So there's no save states or nothing going on. But I'm not alone because you people voted for me to get somebody to do this, and I've got somebody. I've got an expert.
Howdy folks, my name is Sunburstbasser. I met Freezing Inferno on the Socks Make People Sexy forums. And I play shmups.
Yeah, this guy plays shmups. This guy knows lots about shmups. So, tell us a little about Axelay.
Well, you should have just seen the logo, but if you didn't, Axelay is a Konami shmup for the Super Nintendo. It is a console shmup. This is not one of their arcade ports. And this game is kind of unique because the main guy behind it goes by the name of Hiroshi Ayuchi. And this was the game. Basically, he left Konami right after this game to found a little company that we all love called Treasure.
Now see, this is why I got Sunburstbasser on. Man knows his shit. And Axelay actually has a plot, so we saw a nice big panoramic over the city. Explosions!
Yes, it's got a plot as far as shoot-'em-up plots go.
The airless solar system is under attack by, according to the U.S. manual, I did my research too. This enemy is called the Armada of Annihilation.
Yeah. Well, I guess it works as well as anything. It's as good as Bacterian.
Yeah, so I guess Joe Pilot here's family got blown up in the attack by the Armada of Annihilation.
You can tell this is an early 90s shmup. If this was a modern shmup, that would be a woman.
Yeah. Wasn't it a woman in Musha Aleste?
Most of the Aleste games, most of the compiled shoot-'em-ups, if they have a pilot at all, it's a woman, and I believe her name is Eleanor. That's not right. But yeah, they've all got the same main character.
Yeah. So, this is the story of one man piloting one ship against an armada. We're just gonna fuck with the stuff. This is the control scheme I like. Trigger speed to speed up. We're playing it on normal, just because I'm standard like that. Don't want it too easy, don't want it too hard. I want my porridge just right. So, Axelay's weapon system's really interesting. It's sort of got a customizable thing. Kind of like Gradius 3, but you can change it after every stage. But right now, all we have are straight laser, round Vulcan, and the macro missile. Which are very interesting weapons.
Yes.
Good. We're gonna need the good luck. Now, the main thing you'll notice about Axelay right away is its creative use of Mode 7.
Yeah, and I believe this is the only game on the Super Nintendo that uses Mode 7 this way. Certainly the only shoot-'em-up that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else like this that sort of uses a curved perspective to make you feel like you're flying over the horizon.
Yeah, not until you get to the PlayStation, and then it was done with polygons. I am not aware of any other shoot-'em-up that uses flat tiles curved like this. And I played a lot of them, so if there was one, I probably would have heard of it by now.
Well, I certainly don't know. My shmup expertise extends to Gradius 3, this, and Musha Aleste. That's it. Those
yeah,
are the
but
only shmups I've really
if that's the only 3 shmups you know, you're doing pretty good, because at least they're all really good games.
Yeah, like, you know a lot about Super Nintendo shmups, so do tell the people how this one stacks up to the other Super Nintendo shmups, because, well, I think this is probably the best Super Nintendo shmup I've played.
Oh, Super Nintendo shmups. Well, here's the thing, now, I believe you pronounce it Rete? Did a write-up of all the Super Nintendo shmups several years ago.
Yeah, I've consulted that a few times.
And he basically nailed it. My opinion is not too different from his. There's quite a few of them on the system. Very few of them are any good. The Super Nintendo, in that generation, it definitely had the weakest shmup library. This game is one of the 2 or 3 best, maybe the best. And offhand, there's this. There is R-Type 3. There is Space Megaforce, and there is a Macross game that was only released in Japan. And those are the 4 best shoot-'em-ups on the Super Nintendo.
Well, I haven't really explained the weapons, but it's really self-explanatory. You got the straight laser to shoot straight. Round Vulcan, you hold the button, it goes from back to forward, and then you can let the button go and it sort of spreads back, so you can just get some coverage with it. Probably my favorite weapon in this game. You're going to see quite a lot of it.
Definitely.
And the macro missiles, you shoot a regular little weak piddly shot, but you press B and you shoot like goddamn missile launchers that do lots of damage.
Boss killers.
Boss killers, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I use them for, is when I've got a real hard enemy or a boss. I use the macro missile. You've also got the straight laser because it's your mode of choice, and I don't like that weapon at all.
Yeah. Round Vulcan is where it's at.
It is, and it really is the one that works best for this game. And you also cranked up the firing rate. Now, when I play this game, I usually leave it at the standard rate. Cranking up the firing rate really does, it helps make the game a little easier. It's not so hard that you need to do it, but it helps.
Yeah, I've beaten it with it at the default, I believe, but man, it helps a little. I mean,
it helps,
it's not really fucking...
It's not, if you play Darius Gaiden on the Sega Saturn, there's a code to put in a 30 Hertz auto fire.
Oh god.
And if you put that in, you literally will cruise through the first 5 levels on your first playthrough. It just trivializes that game. And that's not what happens in Axelay.
So here's the first boss. Arachnotron. Guardian of the planet Cumuluses. Yeah, I've been looking up the manual like crazy. That's the name of this planet. Cumuluses, Cloud Planet!
Cumulus. Okay.
Like I said, the names don't really matter squad.
No,
This is the Cloud Planet, and this is Spidertron 5000.
Anyone who plays shoot-em-ups for the story, stop. Stop.
I just want to point out right here what happened there. Just a little thing that happened. I got hit, but I didn't die. What happened was my macro missiles got knocked out. If you get hit by an enemy bullet, the current weapon you have equipped will be knocked out. But if you run into something, you're dead.
Yeah, the game is very forgiving in that regard. And it's actually a very good one if you've never played a shoot-em-up in your life. This is a good one to start with because it is fairly forgiving.
Yeah.
And you selected explosion bombs.
Yeah, just to show them off. Here's another thing Axelay does. It's a lot like Life Force on the NES. Alternates between the top-down and the side-scroll.
Yep. And who was Life Force made by?
Konami!
Yeah.
So this is the Traleve Colony? Space Colony level.
Space Colony, yeah.
So back to the whole Axelay thing, I just really wanted to mention that the reason why I think Axelay is so gosh darn unique is because of this mechanic. What it does is it makes it unlike any other shmup I've ever played, because, well, I think you'll agree, most shmups follow this sort of formula. You start off as a weak little piddly ship, and then you kill things, you get power-ups, you get things that increase your rate of fire, your speed, your special weapons, whatever, and you become like this living god death machine. I'm right so far, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Alright, but the catch is that if you get hit by one little solitary stray bullet or run into a wall or something, you'll revert back to that little weak form, and then if you're like really far in the game, you're boned, which is what a lot of people call Gradius syndrome because it's pretty famous.
Yeah,
Gradius.
because if any of you guys have played the original Gradius, not so much, but any sequel, if you're at like stage 5 and you've got 4 options, you got shield, you got missiles, you got lasers, you're just cruising through, and then you hit a piece of the wall and you die, it doesn't matter how many lives you have built up, you will never beat that level.
Pretty much. But with Axelay, it's actually reversed, because see, you start off with everything you picked for the stage.
Right, you get
hit by a bullet, you're going to lose that weapon, and that might be a bad thing. Like, say, if I lost my round Vulcan, I would really not be happy about that, but I'd still have my straight laser, or not macro missile, rather, but explosion bomb.
Sure, you would still have your other 2 side weapons.
Yeah, but if you don't have a side weapon equipped and you get hit by a bullet, you're dead. And if you run into a wall, you're dead. But here's the kicker. If you die, you come back with all your weapons again.
And you instantly respawn.
Yeah, it's no continued checkpoint nonsense. You just come right back to where you died. So it's really reverse, because if you die, you're not boned. Sometimes, if you die, it's actually beneficial. You're like, oh, thank God, I've got my macro missiles back. I can fuck up whatever just killed me.
Yeah, and this game isn't ranked like a Battle of the Ring. You don't need the suicide to beat the game. But sometimes if you're not doing well, if you're down to like your nasty-ass straight laser, go ahead and run into a wall. It'll make the rest of the stage easier, especially if you've got lives to burn.
Yeah, exactly. This game's pretty generous with extra lives. Like, I'm not sure what the formula is for extra lives. It's like 30,000 points get you an extra life, and then like every... I want to say 50,000, 60,000, something like that. But the point is,
50,000, and that's fairly standard for Konami. Is 30 and then every 50. So, what? Yeah, and it is quite nice of them, really.
Oh yeah, you're gonna need it, or rather, I'm gonna need it. Cause, well, we'll see what happens when we get to the later stages. This is a fairly short game.
Now you do have to watch out there. If you shoot those blocks down, you can trap yourself underneath that wall.
Ooh.
So even though this game isn't just as punishing as something like Radius 3, it will dig you over if you let it.
Yeah.
Which...
But we're coming up to our second boss. And a moment, there he is. The T-36 Tobar. Or we can call him Ed 209 in the future.
Yes.
You really can't do anything to him until we stop scrolling, so I just throw on straight laser because, you know, it's a straight shot. Do something against this guy. You're pretty much just facing him head on, so why the heck not?
Right.
So you can only really hit this guy when his core glows, I think. Then you can shoot through his helmet and hit him a little. Take out that stupid machine gun, that'll help. I don't think you can take out the stuff that shoots bolts in the back, but he's got more tricks than that.
Yeah, once you got rid of the gun, you've gotten most of his surprises. Except
There's
that one.
Surprise. Yeah, the fuck-off death laser.
Luckily, this guy isn't very accurate.
Yeah, and he's also a slow, lumbering walker, so... You shoot that thing up or down, so just be careful. You can tell which way he's going to shoot, just by how his head's tilted. He can just move out of the way. It's super easy. It's like... At this point, really, it's just a war of attrition. Just stand there and plug it in. Weave.
I did find this when I was playing this. Now, you get the explosion bomb coming into this level, so of course everyone wants to take that, right?
Yeah.
If you take the macro missile, it can actually punch through that front shield.
Ooh. Yeah, I usually do take the macro missile, I think.
But you need to show off everything. This is a Let's Play.
Yeah, it's a Let's Play, so I gotta show off all the special weapons, so... It is not so bad, though. I mean...
No.
I can deal with this guy with round Vulcan. He's pretty much dead anyway.
Yeah, it's just... time. This guy isn't difficult at this point.
He's a defender. There, he's done. I don't know why you can barely see the ship. I think it might be flashing, but you can see some of it. I like how his exploded corpse mode 7's to the camera.
Yes.
It's fun.
You know what I like is that every time you beat a level, the Axelay does a little dance before it leaves the screen.
Oh yeah. Now we've got the needle cracker.
Which I quite like. Is that a racist laser?
This is my favorite level. Stage 3, Urban Night. Or I've also read the track here, my favorite music track in the game, is called Mother. Sadly, no relation to the wonderful, wonderful RPG series, but I love this track. It's just like this big band, upbeat, swing, space shooter thing.
Oh yeah, it's Konami doing what they do best. You know, I've heard names for this. I just call it battle music.
Yeah. And I love the background here. We're flying over like this gigantic, futuristic, utopian metropolis thing. And there are pipes up high. I don't know, but I love it.
Have you ever played Ray Force?
I've never played Ray Force. What is Ray Force?
Ray Force is an arcade game from Taito, of all people.
Taito's fine.
Taito's made a lot of shoot-em-ups, and most of them aren't very good. Konami hasn't made as many, but they're a whole lot better quality. But Ray Force, Darius Gaiden, right around there, Taito really got their act together, but one of the levels in Ray Force has those same things. And in fact, I think Taito must have really liked this because they made a follow-up to that called Raystorm on the PlayStation. And it has this same... Now, it's done using polygons, so it looks a little bit better, but it has this same kind of Into the Horizon viewpoint.
Oh, so there's a game that has this thing. And now we're coming to a Dicky mini-boss.
Yeah, this guy...
This guy, look at this guy. If I hadn't taken out that turret, he would have just corner-trapped me.
Yeah.
My god, we have a kamikaze super spaceship laser blasting pirate, and then he just makes a shield of minions. And I just lost the macro missiles.
Oh. And I don't believe there's a way to get your weapons back without dying, is there?
Yeah, there's actually, like, it's weird, because, like I said, reverse shmup, there's no power-ups in Axelay. You got your weapons, you get hit, you lose them, you die, you get them back. That's it. The only thing you can get is extra lives from points. Or extends.
There's no collectibles.
Yeah, it's really odd.
This being kind of the first treasure shoot-em-up, both Radiant Silvergun and Ikaruga, there are no collectibles.
Well,
No, in Radiant Silvergun you can power up, but it's like an experience system. You get combos, you can eventually power up your guns. And Ikaruga just has nothing. You start at full power.
Ikaruga has the whole black
polarity.
Polarity jump. I've never tried Ikaruga. I really want to grab it on Xbox Live sometime now that I've got an Xbox.
It's totally worth a playthrough, and you'll find yourself either really loving the treasure style. Well, if you like Axelay, you're gonna love it because it really does follow the same style. I like them. I kind of prefer the Rising games, but the treasure games are very, very good. They're totally worth playing. And they're, if anything, probably the most creative shoot-em-ups I've ever played.
Well, that was an easy mini-boss. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, wait. No. He's not dead. This is Regeneratoid, or as I like to call him, the Magical Toho Hat.
Yeah.
Because look at these goddamn bombs. Look at how many... If these were bullets, I would not feel like it was out of place in a Toho game. Look at this.
No,
but thankfully,
that's...
they explode.
Proto Don Maku.
There you go. Wasn't Ikaruga kind of Danmaku-ish?
Quite. Especially if you can make it to level 4.
Yeah. But Regeneratoid's not done yet, because he turns into this fucked up thing, and... Here. I don't know what happened there! How did I even lose my thing? Did it just, like, spawn, and then it was just like, I was too close all of a sudden? Because... really weird.
Or did the game just decide that you could do it too well and say, eh, screw you?
Yeah, well, I've got the needle cracker for this guy. All I gotta do is just weave. It goes down easy.
Yep.
And that's my favorite stage beat. That's half the game beat. Now things are gonna get tough. So we got the new bomb weapon. The cluster bomb, which I'm really not that much of a fan of.
Oh, that looks like a Gradius 2 bomb. When you use it, though, I'll be able to tell.
Well, we'll see. But this is the cavern, and you can tell how good this is going to go already, because 5 seconds I didn't see that bullet, and I lost the round Vulcan.
Yeah, but you got your crackers.
I got my crackers. This level is just like the standard, bioweapon level.
Yeah, it's a little iron instinct, a little R-type-ish. This is around the time when Konami was really trying to make an R-type style game.
What I like about this level, though, is that there's a cool echo effect because you're in a cave, you know. I think Super Castlevania 4 sort of did the same thing in its cave level, but even when you pause the game, the little Konami sound, even that has an echo, a reverb.
It does. It's good use of the Super Nintendo's reverb capabilities.
Yeah, this level throws a lot of shit at you. Lots of bullets. This is where the game starts.
And lots of very durable enemies.
Yeah. Which is why having the needle cracker's really not that good, because the thing has a lot of spread, but doesn't hit that hard.
Yeah, ooh, nice dodge.
Yeah. And these pods that explode in the missiles are... So there's a cluster bomb.
Yeah, that's similar. In Gradius 2, I think it's called the spread bomb, and it falls behind you and explodes really big.
I never really played Gradius 2. I was always curious about the Turbo CD version they have on the Virtual Console.
I have not played the Turbo CD version. As I understand, it's basically the arcade game with an extra level and Red Book audio.
Can't go wrong with Red Book audio.
No, you can't. You just dodged that. I think you just had a bullet go up your exhaust pipe and not hit you.
Man, I don't know what Axelay's hitbox is like, but oh.
That was like that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'm still in the game. I still got my cluster bombs. I can do something.
Yeah, at least, you know, you don't have the most utility weapon, but at least you got power.
Yeah. Now, this is tricky.
That looks phallic.
Oh, God.
That...
Well, we're not good now. We've got this silly basic shot. We can still fire little missiles, though.
Yeah, they don't do a whole lot, but they make you feel better.
So, well, I could just run into a wall and get all my powers back, but you know what? I want to keep this life for as long as I can.
Perfectly understandable.
Now, there is a sort of a split path here. I could have gone up, but I don't really like going up. I prefer going down here into the water to take a swim. There are a lot of fish down here, but manageable.
Yeah, even with your pea shooter.
Surprisingly, we're nearly done this level. All we got left are, well, there's two obstacles. The first are these little guys that drop rocks, but and then we have this, which I swear there was something like this in Gradius.
Yes. Yeah, this is a fairly standard. I think Konami has reused something like this. Ooh, they didn't have guys latching onto you in Gradius.
Yeah, those guys latch onto you and they pull you down. So, but you can just do a little wiggle back and forth and shake them off. And believe it or not, I'm at the boss.
With no weapons.
I somehow survived to the boss with all of this. Now, don't go up. Just stay in the water because the game is going to pull a nasty little trick on you. Because here comes the boss, Aquadon. But where is it? Rocks fall, and if you're up top, you're probably going to die. But here's our bad boy. Big son of a bitch, huh?
Yeah! Oh, Taito used that attack.
Oh. Yeah, that electric attack doesn't kill you, but if you have, like, full weapons, it'll make you swap between your weapons.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. He also shoots these fly things at you. And they look like flies, bugs, something. But,
yeah, they're insectoid things.
Yeah, basically just lead the lightning to shoot where you not are and then come down and plug at the core here.
Yeah. There's a Super Nintendo shoot 'em up, which I like, but it's not really that good. It's a Darius Force. And one of the bosses in there has exactly that same lightning attack, but it kills you if it hits you.
Yeah. This is the first time Axelay's really fucked with your weapons and stuff, like actually fucked with the player. It'll do that later, but now it's starting to get a little mad at us. It's actually shooting these death lasers at us, but I can't believe I survived this long on one with no weapons. But surely now that I have my weapons, I am gonna, like, wreck this thing and die, right?
Well, you better do a good job after getting that far with no weapons.
Yeah. Well, There goes the round Vulcan. But I can still do it with Needle Cracker. I mean, I did Regenitoid with it.
Right.
Oh.
So...
We're back where we started! But he's dead!
There you go.
And that's stage 4 beaten. Things are not gonna get any easier from here. Alright, stage 5. We got a new weapon, the Morning Star. I'm not gonna use it yet. Because I'd rather have the Ram Vulcan for stage 5. Alright, so this is the Sector 3 Lava Planet. Or Lava Arrakis? I mean, what?
Hey, isn't that the worm from Beetlejuice?
Could be. Looks more like the worm from Dune to me.
There you go, yeah. I think he'd be checkerboarded if people said from Beetlejuice.
Yeah, checkerboarded.
And just look at all the Mode 7 on display here.
Look at all the shit trying to kill me.
You've not only got the revolving world, but the background is undulating.
Yeah. Man, this game is interesting with the graphics. Like, it uses Mode 7 like crazy because it's an early Super Nintendo game, but not in the way you expect.
No, it's not... some early games use Mode 7 kind of as visual candy, I'll call it.
Yeah.
But here, it's actually part of the game.
This is where the game is starting to kick my ass a little. You see I died already, which it took me 25 minutes to do before, but now I've died twice in a minute and a half.
Yeah. And you got the salamander lizards here.
Yep. Straight out of some Gradius, these guys. Look at them.
Konami loves to do that. They love to make callbacks to their classic games.
Yeah. This level's interesting. Fucking hard, but interesting. We got more lava worms coming. Oh.
One up.
An extra life.
You got
See, this game is generous with the extra lives, which I'm gonna fucking need because this game.
It's a brutal one. It gets brutal.
Yeah. It's gotten brutal. We're on the final 2 stages here.
Okay, you have to remember, I play Rising games all the time.
Oh yeah, it's like crazy, but
yeah, you know, this game gets hard, but I play Battle Garega all the time, so
I can relate. This is like somebody saying, "Man, you know, Mega Man 2 is really hard," and I'm like, "Please, you go try ActRaiser 2, and then you come back and say Mega Man 2 is the hardest thing known to man."
I tried playing ActRaiser 2 once and gave up about 10 minutes in.
It's good if you work at it, but
yeah,
I can understand why someone would
play the game by its rules.
Yeah, but we're coming to our boss now, and
fairly short.
Everything is very red. Short, but he kicked my ass.
Yeah,
but
it just throws everything at you at once. It doesn't need to be long.
So our boss is called Whaler. This guy's actually on the box art for Axelay on the SNES here.
I remember that. I remember seeing this guy on the boxes back in the video rental store.
Yeah, he's big fire robot golem thing. And his hands will kill you, and he's got lots of flamethrower magic, but you gotta shoot at that little green thing. His core, I guess.
You're
heart,
shooting
what
the
have you.
core in a Konami game.
References. I mean, just
Don't
be
jump
quick.
all you viewers that get that.
Oh, I don't know if
Your
anyone
viewers probably
doesn't
will.
get
I
that.
think your viewers are probably into the same kind of game.
Yeah. I think all you guys are smart enough to understand what the reference is. But Whaler's dead. So, I got 6 lives, because 0 counts as a life, for the final stage. I'm gonna need them. But we do get one of the best goddamn weapons, the wind laser. Oh, this thing. We're gonna take the Morning Star along with us finally. And the macro missiles haven't failed us.
Yeah. boss killers. Can't go wrong with boss killers.
So now we are going and facing head on. We're going to the fortress of the Armada of Annihilation. And something that was pointed out, like I read this in a review somewhere, but the music here is a remix sort of thing, like a rearrangement of the opening credit music where these sort of ships were coming over the city and blowing it up, but now we're taking our revenge. I got another life there.
Yeah.
Like I said, gonna need it. So this is our Axelay pilot's revenge. They killed his family. Now they're gonna pay. That being said, oh my good god. This level is tough. And you ain't even seen like the really tough stuff yet. You've got all these bombs and ships coming at you, but this is child's play compared to what they're going to throw at you later. This is also a very long level because we're going after the fortress itself. And the manual helpfully states, well, not so helpfully really, that nobody knows what's inside this thing because nobody's ever made it in and lived to tell the tale.
Oh yes, those standard Konami manuals where we're going to help you right up until you need it.
Yeah. Also, just want to talk about the wind laser. You probably can't really see it that well because of, I don't know, frame rate issues. But that thing is shooting 4 lasers at once, 2 above, 2 below you.
And they
which
kind of
is
lock
funny.
Things, don't they?
Well, not to really lock on. If you move like back and forth as you're shooting, they'll like shoot forward or back depending on how you go, like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But what's really funny is that I swear this looks like an attack that a core from Gradius would use. Like, that's where I can remember a core doing something like this. Big lasers shooting at either side.
Yeah, and I think there's one in Gradius 3. Well,
yeah.
There's lots of cores in Gradius 3, but I think that a very similar attack shows up in there.
There's that one level, like, the second to last level of Gradius 3, where it's like you fight a boss rush with like 6 cores in a row.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lighting effects on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, transparencies. This big walkie guy, you can't kill him. He's just there to annoy you. And we're being accosted by robot penguins. Pause the video if you don't believe me, everyone. Well, not you, members, but...
No, but... Yeah, robot penguins.
Take my word for it. Robot
sure
penguins.
There's another classic Konami trap for you. That one's a little more forgiving than in Gradius.
Yeah.
Make sure your head or you'll get trapped behind the block.
I like this music. We're getting into the fortress. It's all dark and foreboding here. Ooh. And then the door's shut and we all light up and we are inside the fortress of the Armada of Annihilation. And my god, is it gonna fuck our shit up because these missiles insta-kill.
Ooh, yeah.
And we've got gates coming up to screw you up. We've got turrets on the ground. We got things shooting those insta-kill missiles.
And enemies placed in hard-to-hit locations.
Yeah, well, thank God for the wind lasers coverage.
Yeah, and it pierces barriers and...
Can't imagine a no wind laser run of this game. You're a better man than I for doing one. Whoever hypothetically does one. Oh, the music, the whole machine bips and boops and boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, it is that very foreboding music. You know, it's very... I hate to use the word, but it's alien. It's unnerving.
Oh, it is alien. The Armada is alien. And here's the Morning Star. It's a shield weapon. Probably gonna need to get past this massive amount of things shooting at you, but it's really not that good as an offensive weapon, and... yeah. This... bad things are happening here. I thought that guy was dead. I'm scared. I told you I was gonna need those lives.
Well, yeah, that's why you got them in reserve, though. You know, that's how you play a console shoot 'em up. You get lots and lots of lives, then you just use them.
Yeah,
That's what
but
they're
now we're
there
coming
for.
to a mini-boss. I have no idea what the name of this thing is. I'm gonna call it the Hornet Bot 2000.
Hornet Bot 2000, okay.
And I really lost my macro missiles against these fucking laser guys. Oh my god. But watch your surroundings, because these things shoot at you, and he also breaks the floor and it'll suck you up or down. And just great, now I've only got the Morning Star, which... good defensively, bad offensively. Look at this.
Yeah, this is not the ideal situation to play Axelay.
Yeah. This is where you might want to say, yeah, I'm probably going to eat to death, but man, we're on the final level. I need all the help I can get. I can live as long as I can, so be it. I've made things a lot easier on myself by taking out those laser guys. All I gotta do now is hit this thing and avoid everything coming at me. Just watch the walls, the sides for these little things that shoot electricity at us. Help this guy. It's tough, but we can do it.
Yes. Doing that 1 point of damage at a time.
Yeah. Well, this is probably the dumb way to do it. You could really do it an easier way.
Round Vulcan.
By just smacking into it like that.
There you go.
And holding onto the shield.
Yeah, but you got through it with your
I got a
so
life
you don't
for
have
it.
your other weapons,
But I'm kind of screwed now because they're going to throw a really dickish enemy at us. Oh god, I am frightened. More penguins, and I got nothing to defend against this clappy bastard.
Clappy bastard.
Oh my god.
That was not
Final
something
stretch here. Don't go to the sides. Lasers. Stay in the middle. Shoot at these guys. This is the home stretch here. Just gotta make it past all these little hornet bots.
At least the bullets are destructible. That helps a little.
We are now coming to the final boss, who is yelling frantically that an Earthling is approaching. So, thank God we got the macro missiles, because all this guy really does here is shoot these little turrets, shoots his bullets, and makes psychic rocks fly at us. But with the macro missiles, this form, it's cake. I wish I could say that about the others.
So he does not follow Gradius boss syndrome and just go down in one hit.
Nope.
No.
Also, his name is Vanian.
I remember
Look at
that
this!
attack that just went by.
Well, what
The twirling attack there, that was in Gradius 3.
Oh, what is it? Anyway, this guy is kicking my ass.
Yeah, what did you take 2 lives already?
Yeah, look, can you blame me? Look at all this shit. Those big bubbles will instantly kill you. Anything that hits you is going to take a life from me. That laser fucked me up, too. So, now I have no lives for another form of this guy. And he's doing something to me. What could he be doing?
Well, he's spamming rocks.
He
Copied
just...
you.
Yeah. The trick here is not to fire, because if you fire, they fire. And they'll wreck your shit if you do.
Did those guys go down in one hit?
I think they take a few, maybe one.
So they're actually better than you.
Yeah, oh. And look, I've got the Morning Star and 1 life left. And I don't even have that.
Pea shooter!
Oh, I got a life. You think it's over?
Wait a minute, this is a Konami game.
It ain't over. This is the hardest goddamn part.
Yeah, Konami loves this.
Because now I have to fight Vanian in a high-speed chase. Now, he's shooting bullets like mad. The background is going by a mile a minute. The bullets are blending in. The explosion in the back is slowly catching up with you. And it can blend in the bullets too. In short, I hate this because I can barely see what the hell I am doing.
And all you have is a pea shooter and some bottle rockets.
Yeah.
But now you got
So I'm on my last life. I said I would do this in 1 credit. I am scared to death right now. So just visualize the victory in your head. Be a happy man. You'll be a very happy person. You'll beat this game. And you'll be able to talk about it on the internet. And everyone will be a super happy person and say, oh good job, Fresno. You beat Axelay. That's what I'm saying to myself right now. But can I pull this shit off? Well, you just have to wait and see. Tense though, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Oh!
Bam! I even got an extra life for doing it, so... That's Axelay, normal mode, 1 credit. So let's enjoy our ending. Which, it kind of cops you out because I wasn't playing it on hard, but, man, there's a very slight difference. Like, the ending graphic changes a little. And, like, supposedly if you beat it on, like, super hard, it says something along the lines of, see you for Axelay 2, which... that never happened.
That was exactly why these guys left to form Treasure.
Yeah.
Is
so,
because
I guess...
Konami was kind of going through sequelitis at the time. You know, they had put out a bunch of Contras, Castlevania, Gradius. Everything was having sequels.
Yeah.
And they got sick of working on sequels. And the story goes that as soon as this game was successful, they were told to start working on the new one.
Oh. So that's when they went like, the heck with this, we're gonna go make Gunstar Heroes.
Yeah, they went and basically were a second party to Sega for a couple of years. Through at least the Saturn era, made a bunch of good games on the Saturn.
I guess Radiant Silver Gunstar Axelay too.
Yeah, it was their, Radiant Silver Gun, and they also did some other stuff, Guardian Heroes.
Yeah, I've heard the Guardian Heroes.
Silhouette Mirage.
Oh, don't know what that is.
Think of Ikaruga was an action platformer.
I am intrigued.
Okay, it's an action platformer where you play a little witch, basically, and if you face one direction, you're red, and if you face the other direction, you're blue.
Ah.
And you, depending on what color you are, you either hurt enemies' health or their, like their mana.
Okay.
And unlike most Treasure games, that one actually got a United States release on the PlayStation.
Well now.
And it costs too much. I don't have a PlayStation or a Saturn to play it on. When I've got one of those consoles, I'm getting that game because it looks awesome. And it's got some great music.
A PlayStation is like cheap as dirt these days.
Yes, it is, and I am broker than dirt. That's why I don't have a Genesis, even though I've got a couple of gifts coming. Thank you, Presto.
Anytime. You grab one. You can play great games like Gunstar Heroes, made by Treasure.
And Fantasy Star 4.
The fine people who made this fine game. Axelay. Yes. Probably my new favorite Super Nintendo shmup.
You could do a whole lot worse than this one. This is definitely one of the best shmups, if not the best, on the Super Nintendo. It's
wondrous. And I had a lot of fun playing it. I can't believe, like, half a week ago I bought this game. Now here I am. I've beaten it. Okay, here's where the ending changes. The little locket just snaps over the earth and it says copyright 1992 Konami. But here it just says challenge hard mode. No. I don't think. I might do it someday, but not today. But that's it for Axelay. So thank you very much, Sunburstbasser, for informing us all about shmups. It was great having you here.
It was great doing it. I'd be happy to commentate anytime you're doing a shmup. That's about the only thing I feel comfortable commentating on. So,
well, we'll see what happens in the future. So, I've been Freezing Inferno with Sunburstbasser.
See you guys.
See ya.